Should I call him handsome? I think he cleans up nicely. Oh, no! We're on a third date and you still don't like me? This man is difficult to date. Please don't pirate games. I did not. I know. It's always running with the joke, but I don't. He'd never convince the jury. You would have to shave first. Should have thought, what's up with you? Robert stares down his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy. Doctor says it's cirrhosis of the liver. I told that old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known, especially since Ma's gone. That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Oh, come on. Our third date's gonna be him with his father's dying? This is a lot. Sam, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke about is his Pappy. Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the lights bars. I look at his life, then I look at mine, and I know history is just doomed to repeat itself. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Appalachia? I can't pronounce that one. I was doing so well tonight, too. They watch the sunset every night. Probably screw like donkeys. Wait. Aren't rabbits the ones who screw a lot? Oh, sorry. Didn't realize you were an expert on which animal screws a lot. Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up out of the booth. Me and Sam are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one glance at the sad sap she's been hunting and downs the rest of her wine and winkle. This place is dead anyway. We exit the bar and find the typically empty streets filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and bad posture. He carries a lantern that he shines up at his face for dramatic effect. What's going on? Looks like it's one of those walking ghost tours. They do that in this part of town all the time. I've always wanted to do one of those. You know all the stories are fake, right? Pretty much all of my stories are fake. This is research. He's got her on that one. Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices that I'm not following him. Come on. We can't just crash it, can we? Don't be such a square, Sam. Just act like you belong. Robert slides up to the tour group. I reluctantly fall into step behind him. Well, there goes nothing. Oh my god, it's Quizmaster Quinn. He's tour master now. Damn. Hey, this is a place in 1694 that the most infamous witch trials were held. To date, we don't know if the people burned at the stake were actually witches. They probably weren't, but it's widely reported that the ghosts still haunt this hapless dive bar to this very day. It was actually 1692. What? And the site was over by the coffee shop down the road. I'm sorry, who are you? He's gonna make up a whole fake identity to troll this man. Oh no. Oh no. Daniel McSturksis? I don't know what that is. Ghost historian. And this is my colleague, Doctor. 80s reference, 90s reference, 2000s reference, contemporary references. Poor Quinn, really, though. We're gonna go with a solid 80s reference. Yeah, he's into the old school shit. Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We're touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book. Oh. You may have seen our guest cameo on Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this. Are you guys part of this group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. We like to keep a low profile, easier to catch ghosts that way. They've definitely been here, been standing next to them the whole time. Mary's just gonna slide right in. Thank you, random lady who I do not know. As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon over there. The man who runs it has been plagued by hauntings since he signed the lease. Damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool. I guess it's your tour. Man didn't know about that, Matt. Man didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered. Hey! It is Matt. Thanks for the contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. He's trying. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary, and I follow the group down the street. That guide's shirt is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if they make it to the final location. I turned to Robert and grabbed him by the shoulders. I need that t-shirt. I need that t-shirt. Well, guess we're in this for the long haul then. Just follow my lead. Don't arouse too much suspicion. We'll have cool ghost shirts in no time.
Hey.
He's in it for the crime. Our group arrives in an old, decrepit, colonial-style house.
That's the good stuff.
A quick pause in the tour. My name is Quinn, but most people on the tour, Ghost Tour Circuit call me Tour Master Quinn. I'm a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor. I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional vaudevillian mime work. Wow. Tour Master Quinn gives out headshots to all of us. His resume is on the back. No, this man. Stage combat experience. Anyway, here's a little history for all of you. This was the home of noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose were wildly popular in the late 19th century. It was in the attic of this very home where she wrote such classics as The Diaries of a Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Reginald Barclay. She unfortunately died of consumption shortly after the turn of the century. To die of consumption, my dream. But several people have reported that on some nights you can see a light from the attic where the ghost of Miss Pembridge continues to work on her late bestseller. I guess you could say that she was consumed by her work. That's a bad joke.
I am so sad.
You're so bad at your jokes. No reaction from the crowd. This guy needs work on his dad jokes. Actually, consumption is the popular cover-up. Little known fact is that it was a murder-suicide. I'm pretty sure she died of consumption. Sure. And we definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborately fake the moon landing. That's the watered-down, censored version and they teach you in school. But if you can't handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart. Not the moon landing. I think everyone would much rather hear what this world-renowned ghost historian has to say, right, everybody? Mary's just playing it up. I kind of like this date, I'm not gonna lie. The group murmurs in agreement. This is a topic we cover extensively in our book. Dr. Loomis, would you care to tell the story? Oh, no. Oh, we're gonna mess this up grievously. What's the right answer for this one? I have to know what the best answer I've done such a good job on most of these. I have to know what the good answer is. I have to know. It's not cheating. It's not cheating. It's Robert would be proud of me for cheating. So date number 3. Choose to go with something you know. Okay, that was a good option anyway. Yeah. In the 19th century, Dorothy Pembridge was credited for protecting New York City from potentially world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters was disbanded by government officials. It's Ghostbusters. However, after learning that the ghost of Vigo, the Carpathian, has taken an interest in her son, her and her ghost-busting friends launch a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City. Hey, isn't that the plot too? Nope, it's not. The tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and addresses us with some razzle-dazzle. Ha! What an interesting story. It's the cat again. Scared me tonight. After that cryptid moment, I'm not sure. Hi, are you awake now? He's been asleep because I gave him a bath all afternoon. So he's just like been sleeping to recuperate his energy from the stress that was the bath. Now I just want everybody to know that the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks that they can handle it, feel free to excuse themselves. All right, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Hey kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? The guy looks up at her and smiles. Only if the bar is haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted place in town. I think I could exorcise your demons if that's what you're looking for. Who is this man?
Hey.
Don't write checks your dick can't cash, kid. Wow. She called him out. His eyes go wide. Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls me into a hug and murmurs into my ear. When you've known Rob for as long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him tonight, okay? Sure, Mary. Good man. Mary pats me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street. Take it sleazy, fellas. This woman's crazy. Gotta help that poor soul. Mary or the kid, both. Our last stop, this burial ground is such a hotbed of horrifying paranormal activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the Wharfman, the vampire of Maple Bay, the children of the moonlight. What about the Dover ghost? By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us. What about it? Oh, nothing. I just think it would be a crime to come all the way out to the cemetery, the actual origin of one of New England's most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. That's not a real thing. That is absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area. I can guarantee there's one you don't know. Robert looks over at me and smiles. Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Loomis and I met? No, the entire group shushes the tour guide. They're in it. They know this is a con, and they're like, no, fucking tell it. Okay, fine, tell the story. Well, it was a dark and stormy night. I wasn't always a paranormal investigator. Way back when, I was just a traveling grifter, moving from town to town, looking for my next mark. It wasn't an easy life, but I had fun. Taking from the rich, giving to the poor, actually also taking from the poor. I had a shaky moral foundation. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay quite by accident, but little did I know the city had a dark side. Now, about the same time, I was just starting out as an apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter, who is an old family friend of mine. I carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that. Wait, yes. Who was the infamous ghost hunter? Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers. The tour group gasps.
That's the good stuff.
Georgia Mathers? She's a legend. You know her? Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgia. Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we had been warned by a local crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Giorgio was never one to shy away from an adventure. We camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchman, wailing ghost of the Wharfman. Whatever, your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover ghost, man. Tell him, Loomis. So there I was, walking back to my hotel after a long day of selling Bibles, working a couple short cons, running the... Oh shit, did I close it again? It's not cheating. I really want Robert to like me, okay? And I don't want to do it again. Yeah. Okay. I think it's the dunk tank, I'm not gonna lie. I think that was it. I quickly glanced over it. Working cons. Traveling grifter. Next option will be working cons. This is not... Oh, working cons. Okay. Classic pigeon drop scam. Putting out feelers for a rip deal. I was going to steal a baby. Probably would have made me rich. I found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a suspicious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. And thank God you did. Georgie and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. At first, things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Paying back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word. Run. The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening, some kind of demented howl, and then I felt it. Something grabbing my ankle. Robert has the whole crowd hook, line, and sinker. You can hear a pin drop. I've only cried twice in my life. Once was at the birth of my daughter, the other was when that thing started dragging me. I wasn't sure where it was taking me, but I knew it was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die. The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran to the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by God. To this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but like... I glanced at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like tried to put one together. The arms were too long. Its eyes glowed red. It was like a walking shadow. What did I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? Is Daniel? Is it Daniel? Shoot. Daniel? Daniel. I grabbed his hand and entered into a tug of war with the unholiest of forces. I thought I was going to be torn in half, but I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell out of my shirt pocket, and to this day I can remember what passage it opened to. It doesn't even have that as an option. Damn. Austin, I think Leviticus Revelations. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the word of this prophecy, and keep these things which are written herein, for the time is at hand. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. With a horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed on the ground, exhausted, and we both covered in blood. That damn creature clawed into my chest, got me real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pecs. And that's how I got this scar. Jesus Christ. I followed Georgia Mathers to the end of the earth. We faced exorcism demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room. But I have never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith. But I came out of that experience a better man and a better friend. And we've been brothers ever since. The tour group gives us a round of applause as Daniel or Robert and I share an emotional hug. Why would you say that Robert's trans? Oh, the scar on his chest? I don't think so, because it was down the front of his pectorals. It would be under it if it was breast removal. Is that what you were asking? As he embraced me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. The tour guide seems to have bought it. Even he's wiping a tear from his eyes. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. Be sure to watch out for our book, Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural Ice Road Ghost Truckers. I Saw a Demon, the shocking true story of seeing a demon. The Bro's Guide to the Hottest Ghosts. He does like Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers, but I feel like other people would get that reference. Robert has to suppress a laugh at that one.
Right.
Well, I think you both definitely earned your t-shirts. The tour guide hands us the covered t-shirts. He then slips us both his business card and leans into us.
Hey!
If you guys are ever in need of a professional actor, balloon animal artist, Elvis impersonator, or nude model, please don't hesitate to contact me. You got it, buddy. After a couple of tourists take selfies with us, we split away from the group and walk home. That was incredible. I really can't believe they bought all that. I didn't know you had it in you, Sam. Excuse me, Dr. Loomis. That bit about the pocket Bible was aced, though. Although giving the Dover ghost glowing red eyes was a little cliche. And the Kubrick conspiracy theory bit wasn't. All a part of the character. Well, we got the shirts out of it. We arrive in front of Robert's house. Want to have a drink? Is that even a question? You trying to poison me? Nah, I'm good. It's not even a question. Robert, how long have you known me for? Do you really think I would turn down the opportunity to share a fine alcoholic beverage with my treasured friend and accomplice, Mr. Robert Bobbert Smalls? Did I really call him that? If you ever call me Bobbert again, I will kick you right in the shins, both of them. Then you can expect an angry phone call from my orthopedist in the morning. Bobbert. Robert just laughs and starts unlocking his door. My shins live to die another day. His messy ass house. We're back. Robert leads me inside. I can't help but think about what Mary said to me. Robert did seem a little bit off, but that completely disappeared when we were joking around with the tour guide. I don't know, he's hard to read. While I'm thinking, I can hear claws skittering across the floor. Oh god, it's his pit bull. I'm about to be torn to shreds. I shut my eyes tight and brace for impact. Betsy, hey, be nice. I don't feel anything but tiny paws scrape at my shoes. I open my eyes. Tiny little Betsy. Robert's dog jumps away from me, running around in circles at Robert's, sniffing Robert's legs. He pats her on the head. She's adorable. That's not a pit bull. That's the cutest dumbest Boston Terrier I've ever seen. Betsy, you're not a pit bull, and you weren't taken by the Dover ghost. Betsy's made of tougher stuff than that, ain't you, girl? Betsy rolls over for some well-deserved belly rubs. I just keep a picture of a larger pit bull in my wallet in case of emergencies. Comedic emergencies. We make our way to Robert's living room for a quiet man with arguably the oldest pickup truck that can be legally driven. His place is amazing. There are sleek modern appliances throughout the room with a big flat screen TV mounted on the wall. He has shelves upon shelves of DVDs. Guess he wasn't lying about being really into cinema. All I see are the records, but okay. He pours us both glasses of whiskey from a well-stocked bar in the corner while Betsy curls up on a pile of cushions. So, how did you really get that scar? And don't tell me you got it fishing for Alaskan king crab in the Barrier Sea or something. You trained me too well. Robert laughs and takes a sip of his drink. My daughter and I were riding our bikes. I hit a rock, flew over the handlebars, and then went to the hospital, and that's it. Not a very interesting story. I never heard you talk about your daughter. Well, I have one. That's her. He points to a picture on the wall of a very serious little girl with dark eyes. Yep, that's definitely Robert's daughter. How old is she? 25, 26, not too sure. Does she live around here? Nah, Val lives back home in Brooklyn. She works at some new media online magazine thing. Makes buckets though. He suddenly seems really serious. I probably shouldn't press him about it. You like Santana? Great. Robert puts on Santana, then takes a seat on the couch next to me. He suddenly downs his drink in one gulp. Hey, are you alright? Robert leans in and kisses me. I'm so sorry. It took me by surprise. The taste of whiskey burns my lips. I'm surprised at first, but slowly relax into his arms. He pulls away slightly, his lips barely brushing against my mouth. I am now. I can't say anything, at best managing a sigh. Robert leans in again, kissing me harder. He pulls my bottom lip between his teeth and bites slightly. I feel so weird reading these parts out loud. Sliding a hand under my shirt, my heart pounds in my chest, and he lies us both down on the couch. He kisses a trail from my neck, down my neck, his teeth grazing my skin. I just wait. It's not that. Robert bites down, and I have to stifle a moan. Stop. I just said stop. Robert stiffens up and pulls away. Okay. No biting? No, I'm more than okay with that. Something's up. Robert runs a hand through his hair and looks away. I'm fine. I've just been kind of stressed out, tired. Not a big deal. Ooh, should we push it? Listen, I want this as badly as you do, but I know something's wrong. I need to make sure that you're okay. Robert stares at the ground. You don't know me that well, Sam. I'm not a good person. He takes a deep breath. I spent my whole life only taking, and now here I am, an old broken man sitting on top of a pile of everything I've ever taken, alone. But I want to know you. You don't have to keep hiding behind fake stories and acting like you don't have feelings.
No.
He sighs heavily. It's Val. She's visiting tomorrow. She wants to patch things up. Are you, I'm sorry, but is this a bit? No. When was the last time you saw her? 3, 4, I think. Months? Years? I sit up straight. Jesus, Robert, what happened between you two? I don't want to talk about it. Robert and I sit in silence, neither of us wanting to look at each other, both of us unsure what to do next. Fine. Things were already bad between us. I cared about her, I always did. Things just got in the way, and before I knew it, she was leaving for college, wanting nothing to do with me. Marilyn and I moved out here to settle down. We thought it would help to get away from all the distractions, all the money, the drinking, but... Marilyn as in Mary? I tried to get better, but I just couldn't. And then the accident changed everything. I think every day about how she must have died hating me. Oh, okay, no. I never became the better man that she wanted me to be, the one she always saw in me. That last thread Val and I had connecting us together. I didn't know what to do. When I lost my wife, I was going to lose my daughter too, Robert. I spent so much time chasing after things I thought were going to make me happy that I ruined my only real chance at happiness. Now my wife is dead and my daughter hates me. And then I convinced myself that this, he gestures vaguely in my direction, was going to make me happy. Why do I even try anymore? I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is to. No, you don't. How could you possibly know how this feels? You did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You're a good person. I was a terrible husband and an even worse father. I have no idea why she's even bothering to contact me. I know it's just gonna I'm just gonna fuck up things like I always do. I'm broken. I shouldn't even go. Robert puts his head in his hands. Tell him what he wants to hear. Tell him what he needs to hear. Walk away. Tell him what he needs to hear. Nothing is gonna change until you do. Robert pauses, looks up at me. There are lots of things in my life that I regret, that I wish I could take back or do over, and it hurts so much to know that I can't. But what I can do and what you have... what I can do and what you have the privilege of doing tomorrow morning is to wake up and try to be a better person than you were the day before. Things aren't going to fix themselves tomorrow or the next day, and patching things up with Val isn't going to solve all your problems either, but nothing is going to change if you don't, and you can't love anybody else until you stop hating yourself. And you're right, I don't know you that well. But you have the same capacity for good that we all have, and I know you can find it. Val is giving you a chance. Don't waste it. But, Robert, listen to me. It's gonna be okay. But, I lean over and brace Robert, pulling him in as tightly as I can. He buries his head in my shoulder, hugging me back. It's gonna be okay. I place a hand over the back of his head and stroke his hair. He shudders, then sobs, and I realize he's crying. He's crying. Thank you. We stay there for a while, holding each other, both extremely... But we both eventually drift off to sleep. Not at all what I expected. Date complete. Protective dad, pretty high. Gun safety. Were there guns involved? Paranoia is high. Crime is low, even though we were definitely lying. Oh, but the lies is high. Okay, good. Mary is also low. Good. It's called masking tape for a reason? What does that mean? Questions. Well, that was definitely not what I expected. So I still didn't sleep with Robert. The best decision in both options were to not sleep with Robert, I guess. I don't know. I didn't get an S rank for that, so maybe the right option was to sleep with him? Okay. Amanda's party. We can slip right past all of this. He needs one to like people. I walk over to Mary, who's having a lively conversation with Amanda. Listen, kid, you're gonna need some real life skills out there if you're gonna make it out in the streets.
Hey.
Going to college, same thing. Look, I know you're not old enough to drink, right? And I know you're smart enough not to drink until you're of legal age. But hypothetically, if you were to drink, it'd behoove you to drink a glass of water between rounds. Got it. Hypothetically. And if you wake up with a headache, all you gotta do is take a jar of pickles and drink pickle juice. You're gonna be fine. What's going on here? Girl talk. Mary turns back to Amanda. Now let me tell you about how to deal with a bad roommate. First thing you need to know, if you get straight A's if they die during the first semester. What? Relax, it's a myth, supposedly. Against my better judgment, I leave them be. Oh my god. This is Val? I didn't expect to meet her. I don't think I recognize this girl by the snack table. I should say hello. Hi, I don't think we've met. Oh, we've met years ago. And I'm here for my revenge. You're Robert's kid, aren't you? Spot on. I guess that makes you Sam, huh? Yeah, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad Robert brought you along. I didn't expect her to have his sense of humor. I'm kind of surprised. He promised there would be free food, so that's kind of hard to pass up. And look, I don't know you, but I can get real with you for a sec. My old man's a real close book. You know, me and him, we got a long way to go. You don't erase decades of neglect in a week, but you can get tired of staying angry about it. That kind of bitterness, it poisons you, I think. I'm too young for that. Anyway, lately he's been better, a lot better. And between him shaving for once and how much... Are we gonna get a clean-shaven Robert? I don't know if I can handle that. And how much he talks about you, I get the feeling you have something to do with it. So thanks. I skipped past what Robert looked like in the first part. Oops. Robert means a lot to me. I'm glad he's getting better. Just keep an eye on him while I'm not around, okay? Or else. What? I'm kidding! Or am I? I don't know why I'm like this. I think it runs in the family. Amanda trots up to the conversation. Hey, I love your necklace. And your hair. And just, geez, your whole vibe is cool. Thanks. I like your jacket. My girlfriend collects pins too. I knew she'd be gay. Oh, this is my daughter Amanda. Amanda, this is Robert's daughter Val. Nice meeting you. I heard you're a photographer. Aspiring photographer. I'm going to school for it. You take pictures? Yes. Then you're a photographer. Welcome to the biz. Val hands Amanda a business card. If you're ever looking for internships, shoot me an email. Anyway, I need to go make friends with that woman over there who's dual-wielding wine glasses. Catch you later. She doesn't know Mary? She hot. Yeah, Val's hot. I'm not gonna lie. Why isn't she a dateable character? She's so cool. She gave me her business card. She touched my hand. Amanda's in love. Congrats, you just networked for the first time. I'm a regular business lady now. Quarterly projections, stock market, synergy. While you're making fortune as a businesswoman, I gotta keep this party going. Catch you around, Pops. It's not bad. I don't like this conversation. There's a real rager for our age, okay? Briar and Hazel ate the cake. Hopefully I'll see more of you at church events. Okay, sure thing, Joseph. And maybe if you aren't doing anything, we can hang out. Sure, that'd be great. See you later. Hugo comes up to me. Perfect mac to cheese ratio and a flyby from Amanda. Don't break anything. She's gonna be just fine. Let me know when she leaves so she can get some bread. Thanks for coming. As the party winds down, I take a seat on the back porch. Oh no. The gift. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna read it. Da-da-da-da. It's a final countdown. Oh, he didn't shave. Okay. I take a seat next to Robert as the last guest makes their way out of the party. Hey. Hey. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yep. So I had a chance to talk to Val. She physically threatened you? Yeah. That's my girl. She says you've been doing better. Trying to work on the vices. Also showered today. You should shower every day. We sit in silence for a moment. You know, every day for me is a battle against my own self-destructive habits. Don't I know it? But lately it's gotten a little easier. Thanks for talking some sense into me. It's hard to get things through my thick skull sometimes, but what you said that night has actually helped. I'm glad. I like you, Sam. I like you a lot. I haven't felt this way about someone in a long time. I lean in and kiss him for a moment before he pulls away. He takes my hand in his. You're special to me, but I have some stuff I need to work on, emotionally, before I can get into anything romantic with you. You deserve better than who I am right now. I need to be on my own for a bit, figure things out. Of course, I think what you need right now is a friend, and I'm very happy to be that for you. Thank you, that means a lot. And if you're ever ready for more than that, you know where to find me. Let's hunt ghosts sometimes. I would love that. I put my head on his shoulder and watch the sun dip slowly below the horizon together. Wow. So, 2 non-dating endings. As always, we have to see the after credits. It was very cute. Dream Daddy. I don't want to see that. Why am I seeing that? Why? He carved a little version of her. There's such a V on this shirt. It's literally so much. Wow. Okay. So. Wow. That was interesting. It's not exactly what I was expecting, I will admit. Hold on. I didn't have this ready. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so since I have a couple more people, yeah, so I put the link to the Google forum in the chat for the next game that we want to do, and it's between currently in the lead is Kaichu, the new kaiju dating sim. This is so loud. Why is it always so loud? Can I turn this down? Actually, oh, the settings are probably literally right here. Okay. So yeah, currently in the lead is Kaichu, but then there's I Love You, Colonel Sanders, and Doki Doki Literature Club. So if you could, I would love more responses to it, but we currently have a lead with Kaichu, a kaiju dating sim. But final rankings, I still think Damien's in the lead. He was definitely the most fun to date. I think the dates were the most interesting out of all of them. I do like the three-way date I went on, I have to say best, but maybe that's just because every joke was about butts. And I think Craig is definitely second. And as much as I liked getting to know more things about Robert and like seeing his backstory with his daughter and everything like that, I still don't really feel like he was right for me. So like him and Brian still definitely like take the bottom rung. And Joseph has to like be pushed down the list just because of his dirt ending that I got with him. So I think it would have to be from top to bottom: Damien, Craig, Hugo, Matt, Joseph, Robert, Brian. Brian is still, I think I will move Robert up just because, just up one. Just because I don't like Brian so much. Like, the fighting I didn't like. Robert has a terrible sense of humor, and like definitely he needs to work on himself a lot, but like Brian's one-upping game is the worst. So, alright. We've officially completed Dream Daddy, and it only took us like 2 freaking hours to go. Well, it's not terrible for like all of the hours that we spent on literally everybody. So, I guess it's not terrible, but that would be the list. That would be the list. Damien, Craig, Hugo, Matt, Joseph, Robert, Brian. Yep. I'll stick with that. Anyway, it has been a good night. A great night, maybe even. I don't know. Thanks for joining me. And good night.